Welcome home, everyone. Wookie Legend here. Today, we're back with another what to expect when you're playing a cruiser. It doesn't really matter if you're tier 5, tier 8, tier 10. The expectations are usually the same. Um, the cruisers are a little bit different from tier to tier and from nation to nation, but the general consensus is you want to go after destroyers and you want to help out with battleship suppression. You don't have a lot of armor. You have enough firepower to cause problems. So we're going to be playing a Munchin today. And we don't have the best range at 16.6, but it's going to be enough. We don't have enough armor either, like as in no armor. So we have to position ourselves in a way where we're not going to get erased by a battleship, but we can still help out our destroyers, counter the other destroyers, and we can still have a presence in the game where we will harass enough so that they can either fold or we just straight up kill the enemy. So here we go. Pick your equipment, pick your layouts. It literally comes down to what you like. There's no really wrong way to do this. Even if you have a commander, I have obviously Gunther Lugens. Yes. And I have mine more of a, let's say like a secondary build, which is kind of silly because these cruisers don't really have that anymore. But it still allows it. Here, I'll actually upgrade this a little bit more. We'll have a little bit more range, 6.6 on the secondaries. Any little bit helps, especially when there's like the destroyer nearby. Now, you don't really see too many secondaries. I think it's just these two. Is there anything on the front? No, those are main battery. Yeah, pretty much just these two, which is kind of silly, but we'll play with it. Let's just try it out. All right, we're going into a battle. Now, let's say we're bottom tier against tier 8s and 9s. Pretty much the same tactic is at play. We want to help out our destroyers, so we want to be close enough to help that. So when our destroyer spots the enemy destroyer, we're there to help. That's our number one target, destroyers. Number two, we want to stay away from any of their cruisers with high caliber, or any cruiser really, or their battleships, because we're a light target. We're easily killed. At that point, if there's no shots for a destroyer, we go for the battleship. If by some chance there's no battleship, we go for a cruiser, right? We're kind of like the jack of all trade, except for the fact that we don't have any armor and we can't really survive. Our range is minimal. Our detection is decently high for a cruiser or for a ship this big, so we get detected quite easily. And we can't pretty much one-shot things because our caliber is small, but we rapidly fire, so we can still cause havoc and mayhem. Hopefully this game is going to be to our liking. Maybe even if we're mid-tier, we'll have a bigger chance. If we're top tier, no problem at that point, because then we'll have full control of the whole situation. So let's see what they give us. Okay, we're top tier. Smaller game as well, so we have full control. So our number one enemy, Gneisenau, he doesn't have the most accurate guns, but he can still connect. Heinrich, it's more of a battle cruiser. He can kill us one shot. These New Yorks can kill us one shot. Miyogi, if he can hit us, he can do damage. The Maya is a cruiser. We have to keep an eye out for them because they have range. Marblehead, not really a problem. The Königsberg's not really a problem. And the Shiriatsu, well, that's our number one ship to deal with. So we have one cap. So in this situation, what I'd like to do, especially on this map, because it's one cap, we're just going to hold this area right here. A lot of players like to come around and see if they can sneak in quick. That's where we're going to end them. So we have torpedoes. We have guns. We have hydroacoustic. Anything that comes around, we'll know. And then we'll hopefully crush it. Even if it's a battleship, we'll know ahead of time and we'll prepare our torpedo arcs. And hopefully they connect to give us a bigger fighting chance. Now, our 180 is going wide. We could go follow him and help out. But because there's only one cap, I'm going to play defense. There's really no need to flank around, except for if they have a better position to counter. And on this map, there's, from here you could crossfire this way, and you could crossfire this way, and you could stop the middle push. When you go out into these areas, a lot of people like to hide over here and here. They could get cross-shot this way, right? Or just straight up shot straight in. Same with here. Once you come into these islands, you can get cross-shot this way or straight down. And vice versa. We can cross-shot from here out right, from here out. There's a lot of angles, and what I like to do is always just keep my guns pointed in one direction. I right-click and I get that free look. So the guns are still pointed there, right, where the camera goes. But I like to look around. I like to see where the shots are coming from. Because if they don't show up on the mini-map, which I highly recommend making it big, right, with the plus and minus. Here, let's say we'll make it the biggest. If we're not keeping an eye on a mini-map, we don't know where anything is. It's just a guessing game. So there's the smoke. So we know the DD's right there, across from our DD. So we can position that way a little bit more. Because once he's spotted, right, we can counter him from here. We have the range for that. Now, we have to be careful so we don't get shot from here. So as soon as we get spotted, those shots might be coming in this way. So we know one battleship is over there, and that's our broadside, which isn't good. I'm going to actually mark right here. And in chat, I'm going to say DD there. Hopefully people are paying attention. Now we're counting the ships. How many are there? 3, 6, 9. On the map, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the DD 5. So there's still a couple missing. I don't know what's going on here. This guy's just randomly firing. Königsberg's coming this way. So we're going to ping him. Always ping the closest target to the cap. That is #1 priority. He's the one that's going to be making the change to the point system. So what we want to do is we want to keep him away from our cap. Now, it is a cruiser. So what that means is that he's easily killed. So our battleship should hyper-focus on the Königsberg. And we're going to also. Now, this will open us up to nothing. We're not even spotted. Ping him. Oh, we couldn't. I think this guy's a little bit newer to the game, which is fine. We have to learn the hard way sometimes. So he's pushing in with his... There we go. As he turned his guns towards me, he gave full broadside to our team. Now we're paying attention to this guy. Hopefully he doesn't turn his guns to us. He's not. He's also considered YOLOing. Not really. He's trying to position with these islands. Sometimes it looks like that, but... Alright, so Miyogi's coming as well. I'm going to ping the area. And we're going to reverse a little bit. And this guy needs to get back. Because he's by himself. Our DD went way too far. And our support over there kind of left. This guy was over there, but he left. So it's just this guy. There you go. Our DD's dead. Here's the next target. Now, this guy could do some heavy damage to us because this is a battleship. But this is a tier 4 battleship. So what happened was this division, it's called a failed division. He brought in the tier 4 against tier 7s because the person he brought in was a tier 5. Tier 5 goes all the way up to tier 7. So when you're in a division and you don't know how it works, it's not the lowest tier makes the match, it's the highest tier that makes the match. Even our secondary is going off. He's coming in. Good play. There. Now, we got to be very careful here because he will connect. Luckily, if he's getting overpins, this is why there's not a lot of damage. Now, let's move the fire along. We want to aim at a different spot, or else it just saturates and you do a lot less damage. Even though we have all of our team over there, we're having troubles killing him. Even though he's broadside to the entire facility. There you go, he's dead. Now, I could go for their cap. We know where all of them are. They're all away from their cap. So we could go for their cap, but I have a feeling that we need to help out a little bit with this flank here. Seeing as there's more ships on this flank, but we have countered them with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help out the Sharn. I have a feeling that the DD is not going to come this way. He's going to go through the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wait, pop this plane instead of Hydro. Oh no, the DD actually went wide. Alright, so if the DD went wide, we're going to go wide, and we're going to counter this DD. The Sharn needs to turn around and help out. I don't know why he's firing across the map, but here we are. So, here's what's going to happen. I don't think this DD knows that we're here. What we need to worry about is, as soon as we encounter this DD, we need to be careful because there's the Maya and the New York behind. I'm going to pop Hydro. We're located now, so that's the destroyer locating us. Okay, there he is. And we counter. There's not much he can do to us. All we gotta do is worry about the Maya and the New York. Now, even if he shoots torpedoes at us, we have acoustic up, hydroacoustic. There are the torpedoes. Actually, what I'm gonna do is just slow down and then I dodge them. What I need to do here is we need to counter the cruiser. And remember how I said if it's not a destroyer, it's a battleship? Problem is this battleship's slow. He has a slow reload. So the cruiser right now is actually the biggest target to me in this situation. Because he has a rapid firing system on. He will just burn me down. And we need to at least disengage from him. There you go. So we disengaged with him. As much as we could. So he caused double fire on me again. I want this DD to fire, or to. I hope he continues to fire on me, so then I can spot him. He's got a perimeter fire on me. That's not good. I don't know why this guy's not helping, but double fire on the New York. So the destroyer is behind. Oh, that guy's low health too. The destroyer is behind the island. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he starts shooting at me. Oh, he does. All right. This is his big mistake. Yeah, that's a torp destroyer. He really doesn't have to shoot at all. Now, because I have light armor, even this destroyer can kill me. That's where the problem comes in. I need to disengage and go dark. In 4 seconds, I will go dark. I hope. I think I can. I need to try. Yes. Alright. So what happens here now is we have to reposition. Hopefully this doesn't cause a fire. Of course it does. Yeah, okay, well, now we're in trouble. Because of the fire, we're spotted. What we need to do is, we need to defend our cap. The problem with that is, we need to kill this DD. Remember how I said that the DD was a priority? See how we're low health? We're pretty much dead here. It's without a doubt. We're dead. We just need to kill this DD though, and the fact that we failed our DD. There you go. Was that enough? No, it wasn't enough. Our guys went to super flank for no reason. Remember how I said we have one cap, so we just need to defend one cap. So all our guys have to do now is go back to defend the cap. Now, the Scharnhorst could have really helped me out with the cruiser if he just didn't run away. The Omaha could have really helped out if he didn't run away. He's also dead. The DD could have also helped out if he didn't kind of push by himself into a 3-ship group. Because he can spot them, he could just retreat. But what he was thinking of doing is just fighting them out, which is where the problem came in. Now, we tried to do as much as we could, but as a light cruiser, without backup, right, you can't really do as much. Our backup left or died. So it didn't help that because of a smaller group, they all decided to go all into one area, exposing then the other area. With map awareness, that doesn't happen. You're just aware that, hey, look, they're coming through the other side. Obviously, you need to redistribute the ships evenly. And if you're unaware of what to do, ask for help. Right? You F5, which is asking for backup. And at that point, you then focus fire each individual ship. Now, what's happening here is, obviously, the Shiratsuyu is dumping torps. As long as he's not hitting them, we're winning. New York's dead. We're back to our cap. We're still winning on ship points, and on ships. But that's gonna change. If this destroyer holds this cap for long enough, these points will equal out. So he's obviously spotting for his team. His team's right here firing. I guess this is where the Tiger and the Colorado need to move forward, getting rid of the Gneisenau and positioning themselves so they can counter these cruisers. We do have 3 battleships in here. This DD can easily kill all 3 if he doesn't fire his guns. Now, I remember putting him very low, so he's a one-shot. As soon as he gets spotted, now most likely he's going to put up his smoke at one point soon, if he still has them, and try to fire. But as soon as he smokes up, he loses spotting unless they fire again. So if they're aware of this, yeah, see, he's already out of the cap. If they're aware of this, he'll smoke up, and then they'll reposition, and then they'll counter him. I don't know if they're that map aware or if that skill aware, but there you go. So there's the mistake. He made it himself. He cannot outgun these guys ever. Even if this no. So yeah, this might kill him here. It didn't. It did hit him, but it didn't kill him. What he needed to do is just keep dumping torps. The game's not over yet. Like, there's still time. There's still opportunities. As soon as he exposes himself by firing in a torpedo destroyer, you're just pretty much giving up at that point. Because he's not going to outgun 41k, another 32k, and 12k. 12k maybe if it's just him and he's not firing. But, yeah, your torpedoes are your best bet. They equalize battleships quite easily. So, at this point, the Gneisenau went wide. I don't know why. If the Colorado just comes out with the Tiger, they can easily kill that Gneisenau. New York is probably going to eat torps here next. I think the guy's over here. He's going to shoot them this way. Unless he doubled back this way. Oh, he did double back. Wow. It's funny, this destroyer keeps going after the guy that's very aware of what's happening. I don't know if this guy's very aware of what's happening. And I know for sure this guy is a little bit more passive than your usual battleship player. The fact that he even started here and he went all the way around this island and then back, and now he's going back exactly to that side. Yeah, we are winning though. We are winning. The Maya's still over here, I believe. Yeah, there. Or the Marblehead. I know they're waiting for this Gneisenau. I don't know why they're waiting, to be honest. So I'm going to talk to them. Telling them to go to their cap. Just completely avoid the Gneisenau. If he wants to be out there doing nothing, then he'll do nothing. If they come around, they can counter these cruisers. There goes again. Shitatsuyu is firing his guns. Oh, he's just been spotted. This could be it. All they have to do is fire. Now, their guns should all be ready. Nope. They're not. Oh, here we go. Having 3 battleships. There we go. And that's the end of the game. And that's the end of the game. I'm letting them know that the cruisers have torpedoes. Gneisenau dies to flooding. It's okay. What happens? There we go. Eat that torp. And yes. Now here's the problem with a kiting cruiser. He'll just keep dumping torps, especially the Japanese ones. The whole point of them is they flank. And as you flank with them and you turn around and you're kiting away, right? The torps are always facing backwards just for this exact moment. As they're coming towards you, you're leaving, but you're dumping torps constantly. And they're long-range lance torps, so they cause a lot of damage. So for him to be coming around here, trying to get him, is a really bad idea. Now, most likely this guy's turned around so he can dump the other side of torps, but we'll see. Yeah, there it goes. So he's turning around. See, as he went this way, he's going around this way. So he dumps from one side, and as the ship turns around, he dumps from the other side. This is where he needs to stop and turn. There we go. He stopped and turned. That's only one set. This guy has 2 sets on each side. The way I know this is just by playing the ship or playing a similar ship. The layouts are usually the same. This New York is actually coming to help. This is a good tactic. At least he's aware that he needed to come around because there's a cruiser. I don't know if the cruiser's aware that this guy's here. Right? And there it is. A little bit of teamwork at the end. Perfect. Perfect. At this point, this guy's dead. It's an Omaha. Now, if he plays it correctly, against just 2 ships on one side, he can get away with a lot. But the fact that there's multiple ships on 2 different angles, he has to only angle to one side. He can't angle to both sides. And that's where that happens. There's a Citadel. Now, you can Citadel that thing with HE, with battleships. There's just too much firepower at this point. The game's going to end here any second now. Even if he opens up and he burns this guy halfway, there's just not enough angling to do. So to avoid situations like this where you're the last ship left, help out your team early on and throughout the entire game as a cruiser. We just needed one battleship to stick around to help me out. It didn't happen, so I tried my best to fight 3 ships. But yeah, it worked out quite well at the end. Here are the results. Just remember, destroyers are your main target, then battleships are your main target. If anything's coming towards your cap, that's the main target at that point. That's the pure focus. We still finished 4th. That's not bad for a light cruiser. We are top tier. We could have done more if we had spotting. Our destroyer died, so our situation was retreat, fire as much as we can, and take care of that destroyer. We didn't this time around, but we got close. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Do join me on Twitch every day at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, or catch me on YouTube where you're going to see this video. I have a bunch of other content. Hit that subscribe button, like and follow, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a fantastic day. Bye now.